Perhaps it's the two German athletes who are in this who are the only ones who really don't. But Kemper at her best again, another sub-11 second athlete coming back into good form. This is the current Commonwealth champion, whose best 2 years ago was 10.82. The only athlete in this field that hasn't broken 11 is Pinto. We'll come to her in a second. This is Daphne Skippers, of course, a world champion at the longer sprint distance, 200 meters. Made it through here as a fastest loser. There is Pinto. Very good performance from her in the semi-final. Got a good start, held on well. So two German athletes in lanes 1 and 4. Then we've got two, of course, the normal two from the Ivory Coast. Talou, silver medalist at those World Championships. And indeed at 60 indoors, 100 outdoors, 200 outdoors. And then there she is, smiling, and why shouldn't she be smiling? The double Olympic champion from 2008-2012, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Lots of Jamaican support, of course, in this city, and have come out to cheer their hero, one of their heroes. So Dina Asher-Smith, the European champion. British crowd hoping that she can lift herself to challenge Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce here. Ahure, the world indoor champion from 2018 at 60 meters, also of the Ivory Coast. And then the former Commonwealth champion at this distance, Blessing Okagbare from Nigeria in lane 9, who has shocked a couple of the fields earlier on in the season, but I suspect the way Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is going today, that won't happen. So how quick do we think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce can go here? What can Dina Asher-Smith do? Can she put her under pressure? Can she hang on to her? Can she herself find a fast time? 10.91 for Dina Asher-Smith in qualifying, 10.95 for Fraser-Pryce, who, to be fair, was easing through. This is the final event of what's been an immense weekend of great performances. Well, we have another one here to finish off. Thousandths of a second. A false start for the world champion of 200 meters. So now we're down to 8 women. Kemper, Michelle Lee Ahi in 2, then at 3 now empty. Then we've got Tatiana Pinto, Marie-Jose Talou, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Dina Asher-Smith in lanes 6 and 7, Muriel Ahure in 8 and Blessing Okagbare in 9. Dina Asher-Smith takes second spot. She makes it look so easy. I said she was flowing. That's what it is like. It's almost poetry in motion, watching her. A good start, a great start, and then after that, she just keeps going away. It's been taken up by a slight notch to 10.78. Dina Asher-Smith, 10.92 in second place. Nothing she could do about Fraser-Pryce. She gets such a good start, and then she just runs faster. You can't say anything else. She just runs faster than everybody else.
Steve, it's amazing. At the moment, in Shelly-Ann's racing, I see no weakness. She reacts to the gun very well. Then she gets out the block solid, very strong. Then she has incredible pickup, good knee lift all the way through, and she doesn't seem to fade. She doesn't get tight. So this is going to be a person that's going to be so difficult to beat. Adding to that, she has a wealth of experience in taking these titles. So only person that's come close when she's running like this is another Olympic champion, Elaine Thompson, who only just beat her by a fraction, thousandths, at those Jamaican championships. Watch this again here. There's nothing really Dina can do. She can't get close to her in the first 20 meters, and if you can't get close to her then and put her under any sort of pressure, you've got no chance of beating her. She's still moving away from the field, pumping hard, focused all the way. And when you're that determined as a champion, trust me, it's tough, so tough for all your opponents. Here's Dina, out the blocks well. Again, she didn't do really anything that wrong. She was just beaten by a quality athlete who just seems to be on the top of her game. all that Dina can really do is just try and hang.
The women's 100 meters at the Mahler Anniversary Games in London delivered one of the most competitive sprint lineups of the entire Diamond League season. With Olympic champions, world champions, and European record holders all assembled on the same start line, this race was less about reputation and more about execution under pressure. From the opening moments in the blocks, the tension was obvious. 100m Fraser-Pryce, the most decorated sprinter in the field, displayed her trademark explosiveness, reacting sharply to the gun and immediately asserting herself through the drive phase. Her acceleration over the first 30 meters once again demonstrated why she remains one of the greatest starters in sprinting history. However, this race was far from a solo performance. Dina Asher-Smith, competing on home soil, showed excellent composure. Her transition from the drive phase into upright running was smooth and controlled, allowing her to build speed efficiently through the middle section of the race. While she did not have the fastest start, her technical stability between 40 and 70 meters kept her firmly in contention as the crowd inside the London Stadium rose in anticipation. Gina Luckenkemper delivered one of the most technically impressive performances of the race. Known for her consistency rather than raw power, she executed a clean start and maintained balance throughout her stride pattern. Her cadence and posture in the final meters allowed her to close strongly, underlining her reputation as a reliable championship performer who thrives in high-quality fields. Marie-Josée Ta Lou was another major factor. Her powerful sprint mechanics were evident as she surged aggressively through the middle phase, briefly appearing capable of breaking clear. However, slight tension in the final 20 meters limited her top-end efficiency, costing her valuable hundredths of a second at the finish. Daphne Schippers, transitioning further into sprint specialization after her 200-meter dominance, showed flashes of her former explosiveness but lacked the final sharpness needed to challenge for the win. Meanwhile, veterans like Muriel Ahour and Blessing Okagbare brought experience and intensity, ensuring that every lane remained competitive until the very end. Ultimately, this race was defined by marginal gains, reaction times, drive angles, and late race mechanics. It perfectly illustrated the modern reality of elite women sprinting, where differences between victory and defeat are measured in hundredths rather than meters. The Mahler Anniversary Games once again proved to be a stage where reputations are tested, form is revealed, and championship narratives begin to take shape.